All right. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to our webinar today, Rock Your LinkedIn Profile with our guest speaker, Vitti. Before we get started, I just want to recognize our annual sponsors. Our platinum sponsors are Atrium Health Navicent, Grady, Kaiser Permanente, Moss Adams, and Wellstar. And our gold sponsors are Act Talent, Encompass Health, Grant Thornton, Healthcare Program Advisors, Northeast Georgia Health System, Piedmont Healthcare, Scale Health Tech, and Vizia Technologies. And our silver sponsors are DT Spade, Georgia Nurses Association, KCA Firm, Metro Atlanta Ambulance Service, HWL, Premier Federal, SSR, and Biblio Health. So thank you again to all of our annual sponsors. Our upcoming meetings are displayed here. Rather than read through all these, I just want to highlight a couple of them. This Thursday, April 17th, we have our Lunch and Learn at Maggiano's. It's managing for morale, effective management techniques to retain your staff. And there's 1.5 hours of ACHE in-person education credit for that. So hope you can join us. And if you register today, you can save $10 to avoid the late fee. And then big things coming up on May 1st is our Summit on the Coast. It's going to be at the Savannah Convention Center. We have, for that one, there's 5.5 total hours of CE credits. And we have a pre-event networking on the night before on April 30th. And you can register for this event and all of our events at ache.org, acheofgeorgia.org. Okay, to encourage members to take our Board of Governors exam, our Fellow Advancement Committee is offering an online archive of our prep class for $50, and you can register for this on the homepage. And be sure to connect with our social media, especially our LinkedIn page. You can connect on our website. We would like to also invite you to get involved by serving on one of our committees, and you can contact ACFG of Georgia. Actually, you can contact me to one of these committees looks like you'd like to join. Okay, today's program offers 1 hour of ACHE qualifying education credit, and you can self-report these credits on the My ACHE section of ACHE's website. Okay, our topic today is Rock Your LinkedIn Profile, and our guest speaker is Vitti. Vince is a Vice President of Employer Branding and Recruitment Marketing at Infinitee Healthcare in Atlanta. He has extensive expertise in brand management and recruitment marketing and a wide range of knowledge of digital and social engagement and retention. So now I'll turn the meeting over to Vince.
Thanks, Bruce. Welcome, everybody. I'm going to share my screen, and please let us know in the chat if you have any questions or if you have a hard time seeing anything, but I'm excited to be here. I'm also a volunteer as part of the communications committee for ACH of Georgia, and this is how I got involved with this chapter. It was a random post that happened about a year ago to attend the ACH of Georgia week, where each day you can go in and understand or what it's like to volunteer here. And that's how I got involved. And I've had the pleasure of working with Bruce and Seppi now for almost a year. And we feel passionate about this topic because it's going to be in two parts. One, to help modify and grow your presence, but then also as a community, help grow our presence on LinkedIn. So we're going to get started. The overall purpose of today is to educate, train, and engage our members, and also to empower you to support our chapter's mission. One, by enhancing your presence, which then helps expand our reach. And our goal and the outcome of this is to give more insights into how you can update your profiles, interact with the ACH of Georgia LinkedIn page, and then a quick how-to guidance on how to engage with it. We're going to simplify this process. It's a step-by-step process, user-friendly instructions of interacting with the profile, guidance on tagging and posting. Some of you and most of you may already do this. And then just give you a how-to guide to promote the benefits of our organization's membership with your professional network. And that's how our reach grows. As we post, we interact, that post then reaches out to your community. So our agenda is, again, like I mentioned, going to be in a couple of parts. Why we're using LinkedIn for ACH of Georgia as our major communications platform. We'll go through your profile, your story, how to access our page on LinkedIn, how to get involved, and how to post content, a step-by-step process. Tagging and mentoring to include our reach, sharing posts from the chapter page, best practices for engagement. And at the end, we'll have a quick Q&A or even if a hands-on practice if we need to. Just so everybody knows, LinkedIn Learning is an excellent part of the LinkedIn network. This Rock Your Profile is also part of their LinkedIn Learning. So I can share that with you, but then I think at the end of this, Bruce is going to send out a copy of this deck and the recording. All right. So why LinkedIn over any other networks? Over the past probably 5 years, LinkedIn has become the largest professional business network, um, and it provides a platform for your professional growth and visibility for your personal brand, unlike any other quote unquote social platforms. And for us, it's a great platform to expand our visibility and reach. It also helps us connect with broader healthcare leadership community. And our goal, as well as the board's goal, is to increase attendance, membership growth, engagement, satisfaction of the members, sponsorships, all this to enhance what ACH of Georgia does for our community. All right, we're going to hop into your profile and your story. I've included a link into my profile and Seppi Browning's profile on LinkedIn. Obviously, we'd like for you to connect with us right after this. So that's why there are live links. But as a member of ACH of Georgia, you're the chapter's ambassador. And your profile is the perception and emotion of how other people see you. It's what you are, it's what you believe. You can share your strengths, your accomplishments, your image and passion, the things that you're involved with. And then for us, we'd love for you to be a potential spokesperson for your company, but then also ACH of Georgia. So it's like a calling card. That's what your LinkedIn profile is. It's a view into your reputation, your work history. It's also an opportunity for you to share stories of what our chapter is doing, and also an opportunity to be educated and empowered and equipped to be ACH of Georgia advocates. We believe that prepping your profile and improving or enhancing what you do on LinkedIn enhances the organizations that you're a part of, but then also helping us grow as well. And I've included a link here of my LinkedIn profile. Okay, a quick step-by-step tutorial. If you have not done this already, members with a professional photograph and a cover image, that's the background on your LinkedIn profile. And they reminded me that our chapter offers professional headshots for its members. With this combined, LinkedIn says there's probably 9 times more connection requests, 21 time increase in more profile views, and 36x increase in more messaging. It's just the way to validate who you are and what you do. I love this new feature on LinkedIn. especially if you're making introductions or you're about to get on a conference call, you're about to call somebody, is really understanding how to pronounce someone's name. And LinkedIn makes this available on the mobile feature. It's really easy. It's 10 seconds. Limit your background noise and then hold the phone away about 4 inches for clarity and pronounce your name. I'm sure a lot of people sometimes mispronounce my name or your name. I just think it's a great way for you to reach out to people and say, this is how I'd like my name to be pronounced. Step 3, in and within your profile, there's a section there for connecting yourself to the industry that you're a part of. I'm assuming a lot of us, if not all of us, are involved in healthcare. So when you do your drop down under industry, you'll see healthcare as an area to connect. And so when you display this, members with industry information most likely receive 9x more profile views. And I know this number has gone up, but over 300,000 people search by industry on LinkedIn every week. And you being involved in healthcare and on network, again, it helps expand our reach as well. So step 4 within your profile is drafting a compelling summary. Nothing too verbose, but think about it as your elevator pitch. And if you've already done this, maybe thinking about updating it. You can focus on career accomplishments and aspirations. 40 plus words are good. You can do a little bit more. Also, LinkedIn has done a great job of including AI tools, even to help you enhance your profile, everywhere from your cover image all the way down to the content throughout your profile. So featuring content on your profile, you can bring your story to life by pinning rich media content or articles that you're proud of. Um, and don't forget to share things from HCH of Georgia. We're about to go through that, but we'd love for you to pin that on your profile so people can see that you are a member of ACH of Georgia. So in detailing your work experience, members with up-to-date positions and the correct company name, you'd be surprised how organizations change and they haven't really updated their company name. It does help with the LinkedIn's algorithm and most likely to receive 5 times more connection requests, 8x more profile views, and 10x more messages if that is up to date and also matches the correct company within your profile. Adding volunteer experience, this has grown a lot over the last several years on LinkedIn as people become more comfortable with adding personal information, not just professional information. And so members who add this volunteer experience get up to 6 more profile views than those without it. And this is a perfect time, if you haven't already, to sign up and add that you're volunteering or a member of ACH of Georgia. We'd love for have that appear under your organization's and volunteer area. And it's pretty simple to do. Within your profile, you'll have a drop down or even a free form field. It'll ask you what organization. LinkedIn will go out and validate the correct LinkedIn profile. And it's just really simple to add it to your list. And again, all of this helps us expand the reach of our chapter. And step 8 is about skills and endorsements. Members who add 5 or more skills, could be financial, healthcare, marketing, whatever it may be in your area. It does increase your profile views. And then asking for endorsements is also something that's really underutilized on LinkedIn. If you have chance, reach out to fellow members, reach out to fellow chapter members, or reach out to your fellow team members and ask for, if it's appropriate, ask for a recommendation or even get endorsed. It really does help boost your algorithm on your LinkedIn profile. And I just touched on this. It's simple within LinkedIn. If you first you have to be connected. And so if you're connected through LinkedIn, just reach out to your connection or connections and just ask them, say, hey, would you mind recommending me? They'll do a blurb and then that'll be given back to you for approval. And then once you approve that, then it's posted to your profile. Helps build credibility and also helps validate a person's skill. All right, that is phase one, which is enhancing your profile and getting it ready then to now engage with ACH of Georgia's LinkedIn profile. CEPI has included a QR code, so it's really simple to connect with our page if you already haven't. It's just opening up LinkedIn, search for our page, click on the chapter page, and just press follow. Once that follow button is clicked, anything that our group, Bruce Seppi, does to post, it automatically goes to your feed, and then that automatically is shared with your network. Also encourage you to follow the main organization, ACHE, that also then will help bring in that to your feed as well. All right, interacting with posts. So loving and sharing with some emotion on the post is really going to help our reach, especially like when ACH of Georgia had their week a couple of weeks ago. I reposted with a personal comment because I had a personal experience of how I got involved with ACH of Georgia. That really helps, but you can also just repost on your own with no comment. Um, an at sign or tagging somebody also is very good to expand our reach, or at least just notifying some of the community members or communication chair that you're actively involved and you're sharing this content. Always at ACH of Georgia so we know you're doing it. Could be at Seppi Browning, at Vince Vitti, or anybody else. That is what we would love for you to do. And it's pretty simple. You can just click on the post. You can repost with your thoughts like I did a couple of weeks ago, or just repost on your network with no comments. So just click on start a post from your profile if you want to begin organically from your homepage. I put an example here of what I did as ACH of Georgia Week. I wrote a simple message highlighting the event in recognition. I also added a personal comment about that. I tagged my fellow communication committee members, and that helped. And they were notified. The organization was notified. And then also my network was notified that one, I'm involved. And the other thing is I am volunteering and this is how I got involved. And then just hit post when you're ready. And remember to use the @ symbol to tag people, ACH of Georgia, which is our official chapter page, any member name or any member of your network that you may want them to know that you're part of our organization or that you may want them to be a part of our organization. And they'll, excuse me, they'll receive our notifications and engage with our post. So sharing posts from the main page, same process. You just visit the ACHE LinkedIn page or our page, find a post, click and share and repost with a comment, and then please add any of your thoughts, especially if you've had a personal experience and say you're going to the summit in May and you return. That is great PR for us. If you've attended, you networked, thank you, ACH of Georgia, or share your experience. Those are the things that will help us with our communication efforts. Some additional best practices for engagement. Commenting on posts for visibility, if you're comfortable, it is good. Adding your personal comments and the reason why you're reposting. You can use emojis for reactions. It's gotten popular on LinkedIn. I'm sure that you're familiar with that on other social platforms. It does help optimization with engagement in LinkedIn's algorithm. And share success stories, and highlights. Um, our goal as a communications committee is we're developing content, a calendar featuring member testimonials, recognitions, achievements, and other special messaging. We're working on that and continue to share that with the board, and we'll continue to share that with our members. So if you'd like, as we're way ahead schedule, you can even right now and interact with a recent post. Bruce has been posting a lot for us on our ACH page. You can repost with a comment, and then you can even practice some tagging. So don't worry if you're not used to this process. You can always go in and correct anything or reach out to one of us, and we'll be glad to help with any of this process. And I'm going to pause and see if there are any questions in the chat or if anybody would like questions answered right now.
All right, Vince, I'm looking at chat now. I don't see any questions at the moment. If someone has a question though, uh, just go ahead and unmute yourself if you want, and you can ask your question directly.
Okay, I'd ask a question, Bruce.
Sure, go ahead.
I have been thinking forever and a day of course, revamping my information on LinkedIn. I just have not had the time to do so. Do you guys have any professional that would that we can probably compensate for? Oh, we get the data together, but then I'm just organizing it, and I haven't done that in a while, but I just don't have the time right now.
Sure.
So,
And that was Andre. Is that Andre that was speaking?
That was Glenda.
Oh, okay.
so one thing this is Seppi. I wanted to say thank you everyone for joining. One thing I do want to share for uh, needs like this with our profiles and sorts, we should never be shy to utilize some of the tools that are out there for us. I'm going to use ChatGPT as an example, but there are so many out there now, and whatever one that you are most comfortable with and potentially you use because it gets to know you and gets to know your background, whatever tool you are using. Don't shy away from using those tools to enhance what you're trying to put out there. Again, you have a starting point on your profile or whatever components of your LinkedIn. If you put that in the tool, again, I'm going to use ChatGPT as the example, and then tell it what things you want to enhance. What are your thoughts? What are you trying to do? And it will give you some drafts for you to consider to continue to enhance. So again, I just want to put it out there to utilizing these tools is not a bad thing for these type of needs. I know in school, like when when I teach at Morehouse, there's a lot of things we shy away from using our AI tools, but this should not be one of them. Feel free to utilize that, and that might try to bridge some gaps in as you're trying to save time. But to answer your question directly, Vince, I'll see if you have any answers, but we don't have anyone directly that we know. But do you, Vince?
Um, no, but as part of the volunteer and experience here, if you do need help, you can reach out to me on LinkedIn, and I will do my best to give you some guidance. And if not, I do have several people at LinkedIn that would be glad to help. They're good people. But either way, you can connect with me and we'll be glad to get you started.
Perfect. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And as we're waiting for more questions, I will also kind of enhance on the professional headshots comment. Throughout through our professional development committee, about maybe once to twice or one couple times a year, they do offer headshot opportunities throughout or through some different venues or different opportunities. So be watching either our events website or these email blasts or on LinkedIn, and feel free to take advantage of those opportunities. They come with a small cost, but it is still very much very reasonable versus doing it on your own. And we do have someone that we work with to offer those headshots, and our individuals that have done it in the past have been pretty satisfied with it. So just keep a lookout. We don't have one scheduled that I'm aware of, Bruce, but please keep your eyes open for that opportunity. And having a professional headshot is really what is advised on LinkedIn. Not so much, even a gala picture, an evening picture, or versus a, networking. So having a professional headshot is really what is advised for your, again, for your consideration.
Great. And Vince, a couple of questions in chat right now. One from Joseph Cunliffe. Is it beneficial to join LinkedIn Premium?
It depends on what you're using it for and depends on your activity on LinkedIn. You do notice that it's almost like a banner when you have LinkedIn Premium. It gives you that enhances your membership through LinkedIn. I don't have premium. I chose in the past to use the Sales Navigator portion. It's almost like a research tool for me. It's an enhanced way of looking at people who belong to organizations. But I would determine what your usage is and see if you need the next level up as a membership banner for LinkedIn Premium.
Oh, thanks. Julie Elgin asked, should your LinkedIn profile closely resemble your resume or CV?
I would anything that is on your CV or resume should at least somewhat be resemble in your LinkedIn profile. Also, as you know, you can upload your CV or resume to your profile. That is an advantage if you're in a job search where recruiters can just go in and pull your resume down if that's what you feel what you'd like to do.
Yeah. And I just have a question for you. I know in LinkedIn you can have sort of like a testimonial thing there toward the end. I can't remember what they call it, but I would think that would be a good thing to try to get people to do to put in what their experiences working with you, and hopefully their positive experiences. How would you do go about, or I was assume you want to encourage that, and how would you go about doing that?
Like a recommendation from a coworker or
Right. Yep.
well, within LinkedIn, it's easy. Seppi and I just went through this together. We through our LinkedIn connection, we both sent each other a request. Would you mind writing a recommendation for me? And then LinkedIn will deliver back to you just a simple block. And then you just write what you feel your experience has been with that individual. It goes back, it went back to Seppi. Seppi reads it and approves it. And then once your connection approves it, it's automatically posted to your LinkedIn profile.
Great. Yeah, I would think that would be something useful for, I mean, for recruiters and HR people. And you're in that industry. Is that something people in your
It,
position would look to?
it is from a recruitment standpoint. Now technology, there are bots that go in and pull information down from LinkedIn and port them into either a CRM or an applicant tracking system. It's like a ready resume for recruiters. So the more, if you're in this job search area, the more that your profile is up to date, it's beeped up, it has a resume, these bots pull things in for recruiters it really makes it easy for them to read the profile and then reach out to you.
That's great. Seppi, just look, you put in a bunch of information about LinkedIn profile. Did you want to talk about that, or do you want me to include this in the email that goes out later?
Yeah, it's just nothing, that no one could search on their own. I'm just putting it out there for ease of reference. And as Vince said, the benefits, some of the high profile benefits of having the premium, again, based on what you're trying to get out of the tool and how you're, what kind of experience, and it gives you the opportunity to also have in-mail messages, which is basically people that are not connected to you, and you're trying to strategically get connected with them. So you're able to email them within LinkedIn. So, and then there's some, LinkedIn Learning, you're able to take advantage of that if your LinkedIn offers some training opportunities as well. So again, just based on whether that ROI is there for you personally.
And please help us share information. That was really our main goal today. We'll help you, but also expand our reach, expand our communications as we get involved and do more events. It really helps. It really helps us. So we'd appreciate that.
Yeah, Seppi, did you want to mention anything about our LinkedIn page and how to join that?
Sure. So if you, it would be great if I had this ready to do a poll of how you received the information about today's event, whether you got it through a LinkedIn post or whether through an email blast or what. But we would love for you to join our page if that's something simple enough for you to do. I wasn't ready, but I'm gonna pull up our page real quick. I know, Bruce, if you can go, or Vince, if you want to go back to that page on your slide deck with our QR code for our page. And if people would consider pulling out their phones and being able to scan it and join our page, we would love that. And again, our point of really doing this and wanting to share a little bit about how the tool LinkedIn works, we're hoping that we can get our message further out to our members across the state. And also, we know that we're all in different stages of our careers and needs. And being able to present ourselves out there on this tool in an effective manner, hopefully will bring value to all of you. So that as you're posting stuff, whether it's personal content that you're sharing or resharing information that our chapter has shared, we hope that you can take advantage of the tool and means to broaden and put your brand as a professional out there more successfully and prominently so that people can see your name, know who you are, know what you're doing. And I think there was a question out there and again, does LinkedIn have to be exactly, your resume? And I'm sure there's going to be a lot of different thoughts and perspectives on that. But on LinkedIn, you do want to capture a lot more associated, like Vince touched on, your volunteering stuff that you're doing. Like mine is scouting. I'm very involved with scouting or ACHE or whatever. It might be with church or different, again, if you're emerging leader, a student, you want to be able to share that you might be having a variety of leadership roles in college, and you're involved with different organizations. All of these are very appropriate to capture in your LinkedIn profile. So again, if you're able to scan this QR code and join our page, we're hoping that we can effectively and real time share all this pertinent information coming up, in our chapter and everything that we're trying to do for our membership. So you have that information at the tip of your fingers and able to interact with it and take advantage of it. So I will pause there.
Thanks, Stephanie. I did put a link to our LinkedIn page in chat, so
Thank you.
you could get it directly that way too.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, we still have some time for other questions. If you have a question, put it in chat or unmute yourself and just ask Vince directly.
Some of you joined late. Please know that this session is being recorded. We will share that. So just wanted to put that out there so you're aware of it, and hopefully you're able to take advantage of that. Also, if you think of anything else related to this topic, and please let us know. You should be able to connect with us via LinkedIn or with Bruce. And if there's enough interest or needs or any more specific, components of LinkedIn that you all bring up, we might do a deeper dive or a version 2 in the future if there's value for you all. And again, as I'm waiting for validation, if there's any more questions, if you scroll up a little bit in the chat, we don't want to lose sight that there are 2 major upcoming events. One is this Thursday, a lunch and learn in person at Maggiano's Buckhead. And then we have another event, our summit in Savannah on May 1st. But please know that the night before, April 30th, is the networking event. So it is a networking and then overnight and then a whole day event the following day on May 1st. Let's see. Somebody put in a question. Yeah, somebody put in a question. Brittany, what are your thoughts on listing your credentials on LinkedIn, Vince? Should they be added to your profile name or just shared within your profile? What are your thoughts?
I see people doing it both ways right now. And even the traditional job title has changed. People use that section as more storytelling. So you may have brand enthusiast, storyteller, MBA. So people are using that in that section to get more recognition. If you do, I would use it in both places. That's my opinion.
And Ravi put in a comment, a very great comment. He said maybe in the future we can do a little bit a deeper dive into the LinkedIn premium features and how to take advantage of that. That's great feedback. Thank you.
Yeah, that is.
The next question from Lillian. Does LinkedIn automatically track your completion of any educational sessions? I'm assuming you're talking about if you did it in LinkedIn, does it automatically track it? I don't know. Vince, do you?
If you're doing LinkedIn learning, I think it does. But I don't believe anything outside of LinkedIn. We do LinkedIn learning. My clients do LinkedIn learning. And yes, it does track your modules. And I believe someone just validated that.
Yeah, I just, if you haven't already noticed, my buddy is ChatGPT, and it says it does. And what you find on the internet never lies. So yeah, that's what it said. And Lillian said yes. Ravi said yes. And oh, Ravi had a question. And you can also post it once you complete the course. Yeah, so that's a really good point, Ravi. And feel free to unmute and talk, Ravi, because you made a great point. When you have accomplishments in your career, and you got a credential, a certification, or something like that, it would be wonderful if you post that accomplishment and get that visibility for yourself. Why not? You've worked hard to achieve it. And sometimes I'm assuming, this is an assumption, that when you do something through LinkedIn, it might even give you some means to do that quickly. Maybe it gives you a pop-up that allows you to post it. Some different, websites let you do that, but that's a great recommendation, Ravi.
I think there was a question above Ravi's.
Yeah, do you want me to read it out for you?
Please.
Sure. How effectively can we use LinkedIn to find job opportunities for someone who is new to the healthcare industry?
So I just had this happen to me friend of a friend recommended somebody who's just graduating, and that individual has a desire to get into healthcare administration. So I'm using LinkedIn to help this individual, one, to network and connect them with other people in the healthcare industry. And then also it's really easy for me as I search for jobs that may be interested to that individuals. And it's also very easy to share those jobs with that person. So I'll go in, maybe my clients have some opportunities. I'll grab that job and just share it now with this individual that they may be interested in applying. So that's how I've been using it for someone that's new.
Okay, there's a
And
minute. Oh, you want to
yeah,
do that one, Seppi? Go ahead.
I was going to just say something real quick. Some people have, there's been comments or findings that people were worried that, the postings on LinkedIn, are they really real jobs? Are they, really, do they really exist? Are they um, ill intent or whatever? A lot of times, if you see a posting on LinkedIn, those postings are an extension of what might be on that company's own website as well. So if you're questioning something, I don't know, Home Depot has a project management role open. If you go to Home Depot, or you can also verify it on that corporation's own website. So that is just another means to verify anything you might be questioning in the back of your mind. Okay, how Kristen was asking, how active is the ACHE of Georgia LinkedIn page compared to some other chapters? So we're pretty active from a content and messaging perspective. We do try to make sure something is out there that is new, or, actively putting out things out there for about averaging 3 to 4 times a week. So we're trying to make sure that we're regularly sharing updates about upcoming events, educational opportunities, member achievements, our newsletter. So we do try to put stuff out there. In comparison to some of the other chapters out there, so for example, I know I think it was Maryland or Kentucky, they've been recognized for a huge number of followers or members on their LinkedIn page. I believe, still in our infancy stage. So we have a lot to do there. We have a lot to grow. We have a lot of opportunity. And I think everyone on this call and our membership are all part of that strategy. So, like I said, we just have a lot more to do. Currently, we're at 1,254 followers. And anyone that follows us on LinkedIn or is active does not have to be a member. We want to make sure we're communicating with our Georgia ecosystem and even maybe our neighboring states. And then hopefully, if you're not a member, we can share information that makes you want to be a part of the organization and become a member and find that beneficial. So I hope I answered your question, Kristen.
Thank you, Seppi.
Absolutely.
Okay, any other questions for Vince? Oh, here's one from Bader. Do the new governmental policies on federal cuts affecting do the new governmental policies on federal cuts affecting the healthcare industry jobs? I'm not sure the question. Bader, do you want to unmute yourself and ask that?
Yeah, thanks, Bruce. I appreciate that. Yeah, this point regarding the jobs on LinkedIn, I'm just wondering if, there's a lot of changes right now on the governmental policy recently in the last, probably last month, from the federal cuts and uh, unemployed people in the and the healthcare that laid off some healthcare system laid off a lot of people. Just wondering if there's any information, if this affecting the healthcare industry jobs right now and finding a new opportunities and something like that.
I'm not sure. How do you say your name, sir? Is it
Batter.
Batter? Okay. I just want to make sure I said it right. Batter, I'm not sure we have any details or stats on that to share. If I had to, and I'm sure some others as well, had to make some assumptions associated with, what we're all seeing and hearing, just knowing that there are more professionals potentially out in the market looking for opportunities. And we already know healthcare and any aspect of healthcare, whether you're in a revenue cycle or IT or clinical, whatever, we know it's always been a little bit of a competitive arena because there's been a lot of wonderful applicants out there. And again, with our educational institutions, a lot of our early careers, our emerging leaders are coming out into the industry. Then adding on everything you just said, so I'm sure it's going to be a little bit more challenging. So we believe, and the reason we also did this, Batter, Vince and I were talking, that tools like LinkedIn are going to be even more important. Not saying it's the only tool, right? And it's not going to replace that in person getting to know each other. I know the word networking might be overused, but getting to know each other, being involved, and I know we all can't be everywhere, but strategically trying to place yourself in um, opportunities where you get to meet people so that your name and your brand is known beyond just your name on a piece of paper or a digital application. I think is going to be even more valuable for you to be able to continue to grow or get opportunities that you're looking for. And part of that as well, going back to what Vince said, using LinkedIn to get recommendations in the tool. If you know someone that you're working with or have worked with, and trying to put that out there so that we can know more about you and your skills and the value proposition that you bring as an individual to an organization or to a role. I think it's going to be even more important to take that time and make sure that your profile is deliberate and illustrating what you want people to know about you. And it's really, LinkedIn is not the place for you to be shy. You want to put all of your accomplishments out there, and what you represent and the value you bring. So I know I didn't specifically answer your question because I honestly don't know the details around that, but I do believe that utilizing a tool like LinkedIn or there's other ways to do it as well, but this is one of the many that you can try to continue to broadcast who each of us are individually in this industry.
Yeah, that's very helpful. Thank you so much.
Yes, sir.
All right. Any other questions before we wrap up? And Vince, do you have any closing comments before we wrap up?
I don't. Thanks for letting me serve on the communications committee. I'm really enjoying this journey and appreciate everybody being on the call today. So thank you.
And on behalf of everyone on the call and myself, Vince, thank you so much for taking the time and putting all of this together. So thank you so much.
Yeah, and thanks again, Vince, and for presenting, and Seppi for organizing today's session. Great session. And just as a reminder, I'm going to be sending Vince's slide deck and the recording of today's session, along with an evaluation later on. It'll either be the end of day or first thing in the morning, but look for that. And thank you again to our sponsors. We appreciate all you do to provide leadership to the healthcare industry in Georgia. And we'll give you a few minutes back in your day. That concludes our program. And thanks again for attending. Everyone, have a great day.
Thank you, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you.
Thank you.